What's up, boys and girls on YouTube? So few Christian video games have been as well known through the years as the Christian first-person shooter game released in 2000 called Catechumen. So this was developed by a group called Enlightening Software, has almost 20 levels of gameplay and over 10 hours, along with development budget of $830,000. So with stats like that, you would expect a lot from this game, but despite all that, it had a lot of negative feedback. So we're going to talk about this game together, and we're going to ask the question, is this game even worth playing? Oh my goodness. What am I doing to my life? Hey dude, have you heard of that Christian first-person shooter game Catechumen? Catechumen is an extremely stinky, bad video game, and you should never play because it's a disgrace to video games. So we're gonna talk about the story of Catechumen. In a nutshell, you are, well, a catechumen, I mean, duh. But nobody knows what a catechumen is. So let me tell you, basically a catechumen is a convert who is studying Christianity before he gets baptized. I mean, I don't know how that works. We don't have anything like that at my church, yo. You get baptized, become part of our church. I don't know. I guess some churches did that back then. But basically, your teacher just gets kidnapped by the Roman soldiers and gets put in the catacombs. So you follow him, go through the different levels of the catacombs, set him free as well as other prisoners, and eventually have a boss fight with Satan himself. That is the story. It's extremely simple. You're not going to hear a lot about the story itself throughout the game. Most of the time, you're just jumping from one level to another. I feel like that is one weak element of this game, but let's go on. Now we're going to talk about the gameplay. The beautiful gameplay. The gameplay in Catechumen is very unique, following the style of a game released previously by the name of Saints of Virtue. So this is how it's so different and why it got a lot of criticism. So whereas most first-person shooter games are going to have you shooting with rifles, pistols, and guns, instead in this game you're fighting with spiritual weapons that shoot. Now, how does that make sense? I don't know. Instead of a gun, you have the sword of the spirit that shoots spiritual bullets at things. And you have Moses' rod and Solomon's scepter. I don't know how it's supposed to work, but it does. Don't ask any questions, because why would you question the sword of the spirit? I feel like that's why I got a lot of bad reaction. It was just kind of cheesy. The weapons were cheesy. And we're going to talk about a few other things that made this game kind of cheesy.
That's a lot of cheese.
I feel like that's one of the reasons it kind of got bad ratings. The weapons were kind of weird. They didn't make a lot of sense. Each weapon has a different form of attack, is best against different enemies. Some weapons shoot light and fast, other weapons shoot heavy and slow. There's ammunition you can pick off of the floor. There's also health if you get hurt, not if, when you get hurt. And it's really weird because in this game, the health is in the form of scrolls, and when you pick them up, they pop up a Bible verse on the screen. There have been games that have done this before, mainly Bible adventures. I don't really like that method. I just feel like they're kind of shoving the Bible down people's throats. I mean, I'm not going to judge or anything, but I feel like that's part of the reason people don't like certain Christian video games. On certain levels, though, throughout the game, you will run into different angels that are helping you find your tutor. I don't think that's the right word, but to find your tutor, and they're giving you new weapons, you know, stuff like that. I would have to say there's a decent variety of enemies in this game, though. The basic enemy is going to be your Roman soldier dude. What's up?
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at you. You got a problem with that? I can look at you if I want to. This is America. No, wait, no, this isn't America. This is Rome. And you can kill me if I look at you wrong. I'm just, have a nice day. So guys, inside of this game, they make the Roman soldiers look so stupid. First of all, they're running around and they're trying to kill you, and they're just randomly, nonchalantly saying the most random things in the world. Like, you're about to kill me, and that's all you can think about. That's all you can think about. They'll be trying to catch you, and they'll just be running into walls, and just, they don't even know how to run around a wall and get you. They just make the Roman soldiers just seem so stupid inside of this game. But don't worry, that's not the only enemy. But because this is a non-violent Christian first-person shooter game, guaranteed, that means you can't kill them because that's violent. So instead of killing them, you just shoot the demonic spirits out of them until they fall on the ground and sing hallelujah.
Ken, you've been a very bad boy. You were mean to Barbie, and you did all sorts of bad stuff. So now, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah, totally not violent. Yo, I'm curious. So what happens in this game if you shoot yourself? Because technically you're shooting spiritual weapons. So if you shoot yourself, does that mean you save yourself even more than you already saved? I mean, how does that work? I need to figure out. And what happens if you shoot an angel? Because the angel is already saved, so you're like blessing them with extra blessing? I mean, man, I don't know. How does this work? I don't know, bro. So you've also got demonic enemies inside of this game. Oh my goodness. Evil, evil, evil. It's understood in this game you're not killing them because this is a non-violent Christian first-person shooter game, so you're just sending them back to hell or something, I guess. So you've got a wide variety in demonic enemies. Some are small and fall off the ceilings. Some swim in water. Some run so fast that it's impossible to shoot them pretty much. And then some of them are so strong you virtually cannot kill them. Nice dog. I've got a doggy biscuit. No! Stop chasing me! No, leave me alone! Trust me though, sometimes the game can be extremely difficult. On top of that, the game is so darkly lit that you are gonna get jump scared all the time with them jumping out and startling the mess out of you. I don't know what that was, guys. The levels, I have to say, are fairly extensive and well designed though. I can tell a lot of work was put into them. They're nothing to grave and go, woo, ah, over. But yo, I ain't gonna complain. They're well designed. Each one takes you deeper into the Catechumen and you fight with several different bosses before you reach Satan himself. Like Minotaurs? Because the Romans totally had Minotaurs locked up in the catacombs in the days of the Christians.
It says don't push. Alright, guys. I'm gonna push it.
As far as the graphics in this game, they're okay. Nothing to rave and go crazy over. But for 2000, I say they were pretty average for games in 2000. Except for this one thing. The sword in this game, the sword of the spirit is so dull. I don't know why it doesn't have a sharp edge. Is that because sharp edges are violent? So you gotta make the edges dull as butter? I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. But they should have fixed the sword. The demon designs were pretty interesting, pretty creative. There's not really much other to say than that. It was a pretty average game overall. And now for opinions by Joseph. So guys, this is my overall opinion for Catechumen. Look, it had a lot of work put into it, and it's a pretty extensive game. It's got a lot of gameplay, it's got pretty good visuals for 2000, it's just got a lot to show for itself. But unfortunately, I feel like it's just not polished enough and doesn't have the game experience it needs behind it. It's just too corny in parts of it and has messages that just feel a little bit too pushy for some people to accept. On top of that, it was kind of glitchy in parts. You can see through walls and look through the floor. Also, there's going to be a lot of darkly lit areas, which is one of the things I really did not like about this game. And the AI was just an absolute mess in this game. They would run into walls and not be able to find you. Hey, come get me. Alright, boy. Gonna come get you. Overall, I see a lot to show in this game, but I just feel like it fell short of the mark, and I have to relate with the people that said this game is just not a very good game. Now, as far as some things that people might not be comfortable with inside of this game, of course, this non-violent game is rated T for violence, so keep that in mind. But those don't really bother me. But the main thing that bothered me about this game, look, I know this was ancient Rome, but the thing I didn't like about this game is that it had all this art on the walls of near pornographic people. I mean, even for historical accuracy, you could have taken that out. It didn't have to be put in the game. It's just like a lot of people who play this game just overlook that. That is the only thing that I'm morally against inside of this game. But anyway, guys, I'm interested to see what you think. Go ahead, comment down below. Tell me what you think about Catechumen. Tell me if you think there is a better Christian first-person shooter game than this that has been released so far. I plan on playing the next game Enlightening developed called Ominous Horizons. So stay tuned for that, as well as other content, which I don't know for sure what my next video is going to be, but we'll figure it out. So anyway, guys, stay tuned, and with that, get my sword of the spirit, and the video's over.